What's up everyone, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7, and I want a quick update because a lot of people might know I do have a Traxxas Xmaxx and I want to know where it is. Well, currently I am converting it from a stock 6S to an 8S Beast. Now I'm not going to be using the 8S one that you get, the ESC they get with the Traxxas. I got a MAX5, yes, way overpowered. I could have used the MAX6, but I got the MAX5. And that's what I'm going to be using. So a quick update with where I am. Now I felt bad for my son because he loves the XMAXX. So you might notice if I turn this camera around, I have another XMAXX there, and there's my one. Hello, looking all beautiful. But yeah, I bought another one for my son. Got this one off Luke Ray. Good old Luke Ray, he wasn't using it, so there it is. And look how cool that looks. This is the Traxxas UDR body. If I can manage to put that on, I think it looks cool. It does look kind of in proportion, in my opinion. But let's quickly go what I've been up to. So as you know, I have dyed my chassis. I've made a video about that as well. If you want to go check that video out, you can. I'll leave the link in the description if I remember to do that. But there is my Traxxas Xmaxx 8S. Now I've upgraded all the differentials and all that cool stuff to the 8S stuff. So let me get this bad boy down. There we go there. Now, I love it in black. Once you go black, so there's everything in there. Let's have a look what else we have. Hot racing motor mounts. And also I have a few other things. Now the final piece of the puzzle, I was waiting for these. These are, if you don't know, the Pinion gear differentials. There's 11 tooth. This is for the rear. And the front, where is it? There it is. 7790. This is 11 tooth for the rear. So you have two there which you need. The ones that you come with the 6S kit are a different gear at the front, so a different type of tooth or a different pitch or that kind of stuff. They just do not work, and obviously they won't be able to take the power because I've got everything else in here. Hopefully it can take the punishment. Now, a bit of a different video this, a bit of on the fly. Now here's all the goodies that I also have bought for my XMAXX over the time to get ready. That's all the old 6S stuff. So the good thing about it, my son will have spare everything actually for his XMAXX. Actually have some of Carbos left over. Job there of the hot racing shocks. I'm not too sure if I've been using those, but they are there. Now here are some GPM Racing stuff. Now I didn't put these ones in. Let me get this on. This camera on this tripod, and I'll be able to show you with two hands. Right, now GPM makes pretty good stuff in my opinion, and especially when you compare them to Traxxas prices, they are much better. So here we have two sets obviously. Traxxas Xmaxx hardened steel front and rear. These go into the actual, these are drive cups that go into the front and rear differentials. Hardened steel, probably the same strength steel as the one you get with the 8S XMAXX. I'm not too sure, but these ones are fantastic. If I can remember to put the links there, I will. Here we have the GPM Racing TXM8170N-S Traxxas XMAXX hardened steel CVD, so the front and rear, so you get a set. And obviously I have put them on, but if I turn the camera around, that's how they look. They come with this whole nice setup apart from the wheel nuts here, but this whole setup, that's what you get with the kit. So I'll open it up so you can have a look. They are much thicker as well. Apparently at this particular section here on the drive shaft, instead of 5.5mm that you get with the 8S stuff, it's 7mm. So 1.5mm if you like girth. That's always helps. So here's what you get with the kit. Very nice stainless steel screws, or grub screw. And these two guys, let me open it up. And there we go, we get 4 of these obviously. They seem really beefy. Definitely, hopefully, enough to take with the punishment. They definitely look stronger than the Traxxas, stock stuff. But I'm not too sure. The Traxxas ones aren't too bad. I know that the drive cups that I've seen, they chew out here. So hopefully these are hardened steel. That's what GPM is saying, so hopefully it's true to their word and they can take the punishment. but a lot of that goes with how you drive as well. So there we go there, GPM 8S 4.0. So interesting stuff. What else have I got for my XMAXX? Oh yeah, well obviously I need a ESC, so there's a MAX5 ESC, all know and love. Dean's connectors are all connected on there as well. Now I did print this out. This is from Thingiverse. This is a MAX5, actual MAX5 mount, and it just sits in there just like that, and it sits in the rails for XMAXX in these channels. So someone else made that up. Very well done. The power switch goes right there, simple as pie. Now what I wanted to do, because I didn't like how this was open, I printed out this. I made this myself. This is an NFG RC cover, and all this does, it goes over it like that, and I'm going to hold the ESC down. I've made room for 2 little slots here for cable ties, so I've got a cable tie through here. I didn't want a cable tie running over there, it's a waste of time, so through there and clamp it all down. So I'm going to put a bit of fine mesh underneath here, so no bits of dirt and dust and all that kind of crap can get into the fan. So that's going to go on there. I thought that looked pretty good, pretty trick. I'm going to put some red like mesh underneath there so that NFG stands out. But I'll put them on Thingiverse when I remember to do so. But that looks pretty cool. That's basically just going to sit up there like that. The rails are off at the moment, so that's where that's all going to situate. What else? And while we were talking about 3D printing stuff, I made this guy up. Very similar to the stock one that you get with the kit, but this can be used just to hold XT90s, well, primarily for the XT90s. As you can see, this is what you see from the bottom of the car, where you plug in your batteries. This is at the top of the car where you solder in your actual connectors from your ESC. And I didn't like using the Traxxas ones and then using a converter. I don't like that. So I made a hole here where you can put a grub screw in there to lock it away, as you can see just in this side here. And the good thing about it, it locks in between the 2 ridges there on the XT90 connector. And when you plug that down, you can just see that through there, it goes in between. You can't see it, but anyway, my little creation. So that's my first attempt, and then I made another one at a much better print height. I think this is at 0.3, this is at 0.2 layer height, so it looks a bit better. NFG on the side there, different font. This is like a graffiti font. I was just testing it out, see how the printer goes. But yeah, anyway, I digress. Looks cool, does its job. I'll put this in another video for the UDR as well, so people can see it. I'll put them on Thingiverse if people are interested as well. I also have a hot racing aluminium setup just there, as you can see. A little hot racing underneath there. But obviously the weak link is this particular steering linkage here directly from the servo, so I'm going to change that as well. But that's everything on my XMAXX, and that's everything. Well, that's where I am now. It should be ready to go. I'm not going to do it in this video. I'll put everything on in the next video. We'll relive RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7 XMAXX, but it's been some time, but I've just been so busy with everything else. Yeah, it's been fun though. I really enjoy it. And also, I've got so much things to do, just time poor. I've got this Russian indestructible body I'm going to put on there as well. So that's going to go on my one just there. I keep getting confused. That's Zach. So Zach's got a spare of everything. What else? What else? What else? Ah, yes. So these guys here are foamies. Foam tyres for the XMAXX. They're solid foam, as you can see, by the brick dust. But they're for our speed runs and all that kind of stuff. I guess you could use them off-road if you really wanted to. But these are banana skins, I believe. A link in the description as well, if I remember to put it in there. But there we go. This guy makes some awesome stuff. So these are solid rubber, as you can see. Solid foam, ready for speed runs and all that kind of good stuff. Because obviously when you do speed runs, your tyres balloon like crazy no matter what it is, especially when you're pumping this amount of power through them. So that's pretty cool. And you can get them from all different cars. I think you can send the guy your wheels, and he'll put the foamers on there and send them back to you, or he can source the wheels himself, but at a higher price. But yeah, really interested in see how they perform and handle, because I haven't seen foamers on an XMAXX before. Now, installing these pinion differentials are super easy. Once you get everything apart in the XMAXX, That's how it looks. If you pull out the whole differential, you'll see that view in there. All you need to do, you need to slide that out of there to put the new one in. Now your friend here will be a nice pair of needle nose pliers, and you just want to grab that gently and pull it out, just like extracting a tooth, and that's it. So as you can see, this is the 6S version, and here is 8S version. Looks similar like this, but when you're looking at the face, definitely much chunkier and a different pitch on the 8S model. So once you get that out, pretty easy. Pop it back up, and if you're lucky, you can just line everything back up and drop it in there, just like that. That is ready to put the rear diff in, and the process will be exactly the same for the front. No diff, so yeah, nothing exciting. Now installing the new diff cups are super easy. You want to make sure you have 2 bearings on each side, that always helps, and these are the upgraded, these are upgraded 8S model, and these are the original ones that come with it, and they don't mesh as well. These are 6S ones, so you get the new one, you can tell a big difference when you seat them together. Everything meshes really nice and seats in how it should, much beefier as well. All you need to do, here's a good example. So if you can see, the one here on my left is a stock 6S drive cup. You can see I've chewed out of these. Even the 8S ones look like that. So here is a GPM hardened steel one, meant for 8S power, and yeah, looks pretty identical. And all you need to do, easy process, line everything up, stick it all in there, and that is it. And what happens now, you lock it off with a 3x10 cap screw, I believe. You don't need to use Loctite if you don't want to, but I always do whenever anything's going into steel, because that is going into steel, and you do not want anything flying out in that housing. Easy. So you've got to do this for front and rear differentials. Nothing to it. Make sure that's all down there, locked nice and tightly. That's it. Next one. Man, they've been chewed out. Pop it in, and that is one differential done. We can smack it in the car because we have the pinion differential gear already in there previously. Let's lock that in, nice and tight. Now generally you want Loctite to set. I'm not going to be using it now, so that's fine. I already put a bit of marine grease on there, and you want to make sure that your diffs are the right direction, because if you put this on this side, you turn the car, one diff wants to go backwards, one wants to go forwards. And that's annoying. And you want to make sure you have to put all these in the drive shafts, otherwise you can't get them in later unless you want to undo the top of the suspension and all that kind of stuff. That's it. Now we should be able to line everything up. Anytime now. There we go. And everything is spinning freely as it should. You can always double check. Really nice. I'm going to load that up with some marine grease, and you can use whatever you want. I just use this, but always, it's cheap, does its job, and it's a lubricant. That's all that matters. And it's marine grease, so it's good for water and all that kind of stuff. So let me lock all this up. Oop, that helps. Let me lock all this away, put that cover on, and then I think that's it. Another really quick job I can show you on the camera is to put the new drive shafts in. That's easy. Little clip there, pull this plastic piece off, and all you need to do is slide this whole unit out, and it comes off in one piece, whole drive shaft. Everything comes off like that. And all you need to do, you can check the bearings to make sure they are all fine, but then you just need to get your new piece, or your new unit, which is this one right here. Slide everything back into where it should. I wasn't going to show you this because it's been done hundreds of times already on YouTube. Put that in there, and as you can see, that is nicely. And what we have here with this cool unit, instead of using that clip that you had with the original one, you use this actual, not a grub screw, it's got a grub screw on the end with a pin. And all you need to do, you get this, as you can see, one side's got a thread, one side doesn't. So all you need to do, put it in like that, line everything up with the holes, and that's it, you're good to go. Put a bit of Loctite on there, tighten it up, and it's a much better unit. It's all sealed, so not sealed, but all hardware locked in. It's not going out anywhere. So he's got to lock screw that, and then once you do that, there's an included grub screw that you get, that you screw all the way in here, that locks that pin in case something ever comes out or comes loose. This grub screw can help hold it in there as well. Yeah, I don't know how that would ever come loose, but anyway, it's good to have that extra bit of safety net there, bit of security. Tie this down. Forgot how big the XMAXX was to work on. There we go. Loctite it away. That's it. So that's all the same on all four corners. That's a really nice system. I do like how that locks away. Instead of that plastic clip that you get, or you got a plastic unit here, and a little kind of circlip, the Jesus clip I call them. These ones here. Alright, I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. That's basically what you do. Front differential and rear differential, all corners of the drive shafts. Everything should be good to go. There's a lot of videos about that already, so happy days. Guys, like always, appreciate you tuning in. Thanks to all the new subscribers and all my current subscribers. Really means a lot. If you like the video, give it a good old thumbs up. And if you haven't, please sub and hit that little notification bell so you get notified of all my new stuff, because at the moment and in the near future, there's heaps of cool stuff coming in. So guys, thanks for watching. Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. Any questions, any feedback, please leave them down below. Have a good one.